What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I will be taking a page out of my YouTube buddy Net Alliance's book. By the way, if you haven't been to his channel, I strongly encourage you to do that. But today, I will be attempting to rank the now 8 Star Wars films. That's right, I will not be including the holiday special or the all-time classic, An Ewok Adventure. Now, keep in mind that Rogue One is still fresh, and I should honestly see it a few more times before I make a definitive list, but where's the fun in waiting? This is the now generation, and I want to make this now. Also, remember, this is my list, and it is purely my opinion. I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments, and here's some thoughts on why your lists are different. The beauty of movies is that we can all share different opinions, so let's play nice. Here we go. At number 8, we are already starting up somewhat controversial. Most consider The Phantom Menace to be the worst, but for me, Attack of the Clones just has nothing memorable about it. Corny dialogue, weak execution on the story, and it just feels like it takes an eternity to watch. The script is its major weakness, as seen here.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating.
Oh, I can't even remember what I was saying. Moving on. The Phantom Menace has redeeming parts. Although they are few and far in between, they are there. The Darth Maul battle at the end is riveting thanks to John Williams' score, and parts of the pod race were fun. Otherwise, it kind of sits in the same category as Clones. It just did not execute as good as it could have, and I think that's what makes these two movies disappointing for me. Nope, not talking about him. He doesn't exist. Unless he's the Sith Lord! Revenge of the Sith, for me, is the best of the George Lucas-directed prequels. It has more heart, more fun, and better action than the previous two. Plus, it gives us a solid payoff for what has been building up prior. Sure, it has its moments like these. But there is not nearly as much bad as its predecessors. Plus, 6th grade Austin had a blast with this movie. Such a fun theater experience with my dad. And my friend Devin. Hi, Devin. The final movie in the original trilogy was a blast. We got an incredible space battle, the payoff of Luke confronting his father, and we got to see Luke as a full-on Jedi. From the very first scene, you can see how his character arc has turned him into basically a hoss cat, and I love seeing this transformation. Now, there are problems such as the cheese factor gets turned up in this one, and the Ewoks are definitely different from what we have seen before, but that is not enough to take away from this very fun final chapter in the trilogy, and some people love the Ewoks. Alright, I have watched Rogue One twice, so this and the film in front of this could always switch places after some viewings, but I just cannot stop thinking about how well this film ties into the Star Wars universe. It gives us what we have always wanted to see since the opening crawl of A New Hope. It fills almost every question that we have ever had about A New Hope, and it gives us likable characters. Also, the third act is so entertaining that you will cheer in the theater. Guys, I came out content, but like a fine wine, I feel like it keeps getting better as time passes. You guys can check out my review on my channel for more, but I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Now, as the characters in Rogue One were good, the reason that I slightly prefer The Force Awakens right now is because the characters got the audience way more invested. Yes, the story has its flaws and its similarities, but that did not stop me from having an absolute blast with this movie. I am so attached to Rey and Kylo Ren now because their characters are so rich and so well written so far. The movie is just pure magic, and it really captured the flavor of the original trilogy in a different way from Rogue One, but they both did a great job. And honestly, I don't understand the recent backlash this film has gotten. If you guys are not fans of this one, please start a civil discussion below. Like I said, this is why we love movies. Everyone has their favorites. Speaking of favorites, A New Hope slides in at number 2 for me. Need I say more? The one that started it all. It gave us Luke, Leia, and Han, and Chewbacca. This defined a generation. This turned an idea into literally an empire. Such a well-executed and just plain fun film. Most would consider it one of the greatest ever made. I would have to agree. Now, this one was pretty obvious, but can anyone really blame me? An Ewok Adventure is just so... I'm just kidding.
Prank, baby! Yeah!
You can't go against the Empire, or they will, like, hunt you down or something like that. That was stupid. To me, this is just an example of a perfect 3-act film. Yes, the film itself has flaws, as all do, but it is so well constructed and it brings out almost every emotion imaginable that it is hard to imagine how they pulled this off. It has some of the most memorable characters and scenes in movie history, and is referenced constantly when a movie wants to go darker, because it is the standard of dark movies. This one is special, guys, and it is in my top 10 movies ever made. So what say you guys? I love lists. I mean, who doesn't love seeing a good list? So I'd love to hear what everyone else thinks. What is your Star Wars list? Who are your favorite characters? Do you guys like sand?
I don't like sand.
I didn't ask you, jeez! You're so nosy, Anakin, just leave. You guys can follow me at The Burkinator and catch my podcast on iTunes if you are a faithful subscriber or just someone new. I do this because I love it, and I do it for you guys, so truly, thanks for watching this video. I'm gonna go watch Rogue One again probably multiple times and maybe change my mind about this list, but hey, what are you gonna do? I'll catch you guys later.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.